Good evening, everybody. This is Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. Thank you so much for stopping in this evening to this old lady on Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hey, I'm Bias LLC. How are you, sweetheart? Glad to see you stopped in here. Jeanette Cruz of Homestead. Hello, hello, hello. Perfection Baking. I don't think I've ever seen you. Uh, before. Are you new? And if so, do you have a channel and do you know your growth zone and also the state that you live in? Joshua Gabriel, how are you this evening? My Renaissance grandma. Girl, you know what I'm watching? You pouring that canvas with the purple and white. That's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Laura's Garden and more. Thank you so much for coming in. Riri's Garden, I see you made it back again this week with us. Appreciate it. Glad to see you. Glad that you're here. Perfection Baking. I don't know you just yet. So let the chat go on and see how that goes. And that might be a possibility, okay? Since you're new to my community, I really don't know you. So let's hold off just a moment. God's desire for me. Hey, how where you been? I've been kind of missing you lately. Everything okay with you in the household? All right, I see everybody saying hello to one another. Oh, my daughter down in the basement. I forgot to bring her up. I'm sorry. Good evening. As you
Hey,
know,
Mark.
my co-host and daughter here, Presbyterian Gardner.
Hey, everybody. Welcome in.
Hey, Bambi, we're Arthur Butler. I know you be coming in and going out. Yep. Hey, everyone. Oh, okay. You talking to someone else. Stephanie plus Gardner. Good evening. Thank you so much for stopping in this evening. We got someone new in the chat. Quinn, I've never seen before. I don't know if you're familiar with this individual.
I
They're
am not.
perfection baking.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
anyone
remember
else
them.
seeing this person somewhere else?
Hmm.
If you have a channel and you know your state and growth zone perfection baking, please put it in the chat. Let us know. Please let us know.
Yeah, that name is new to me.
Okay. All right.
So,
Excuse me. Me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do do do.
ah.
And there she goes. Okay. Yeah, everybody saying hello to one another.
hmm
Glad to see y'all coming in the chat.
It's so nice to see these names of people that we met and just saw.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's really
yeah.
sweet.
Hey, Nancy B. the Scratcher. Thank you, thank you. I understand, hon. If you have to come in and dip out, that's what you got to
Yep.
do. As long as you hit that like button, I appreciate you. Thank you
Oh
for
yeah.
taking time out your day to even stop by to say hello.
Absolutely. Because you could be doing something else. So we appreciate you.
Yep, yep. And I'm retired, so I don't have anybody's time clock to punch. I've been at my granddaughter's house and she dropped me off early today. We went to Home Goods. They just bought a new home, bigger and better. They're moving in the 1st of June. So she's already getting ideas on how to decorate. I said, we here for something entirely different. So she said, I know. But, I was like, yeah, I know. She's itching to decorate and get that house together.
It's so exciting, you know? It
It is.
really
It is.
is.
Yeah, I'm looking
Really
for more
is.
space.
hmm
Joshua said he's not familiar with the tune, so that's okay. You can always go back. Minnie Rippleton. You can always
Yep.
go back and check it out. You can always go back and check it out.
Oh
Everybody
yeah.
saying hello to another. Yep, that's such a good thing though. It
Mm-hmm.
was something I had on my mind. Oh, my granddaughter, my great granddaughter Gigi, has not only started crawling. She just really want to bypass crawling. She's standing up now, and she's standing up and she's getting a balance. Yeah, girl. She was in the bed with me this morning. She stood
She a
up in the
mess.
bed like she on a surfboard that was standing up by herself before she fell back down. I was like, okay. Then she got to the steps and we had to grab her. I was like, she gonna be climbing these stairs before she even walking.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah, she
Uh-huh.
needs the room. She needs the room to spread out. She grabbed the dog today. The dog
Uh-oh.
backed up and then Sophie said, "Oh no, we ain't doing this." And she backed up off of her and went on upstairs. She's like, because
Okay.
I think she snatched Sophie's ear once before. She got a walker now. And
Oh
at first
wow.
when she was in the walker, she was only backing up. Now she knows how to go forward.
Okay, okay. Does the new house have steps?
Yeah. So
Okay.
they already got gates for the dog, so she can't cross her walker won't go over the threshold of the bottom of the gate. So she went from
Good,
the living
good,
room
good, good.
to the dining room, couldn't go in the kitchen, and the dogs was in the kitchen. And they was sitting there looking at her like, Nana, 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 you can't get us. Because she smacked Bentley on the nose and she grabbed Sophie's ear. So the
Oh
dogs know how to get
boy.
away from her. Yeah, yeah. They learn real quick. It was kind of funny. Uh-oh, there go the honey slanger. What's
Mm-hmm.
up? What's up? Hey, J3. How's the missus doing? Hope she doing better.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I know. Yeah, a little healing each
Hopefully.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Trumbull Secret Garden. Thank you for stopping in. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Who is that? I watch replay. I understand, hon. Do what you got to do. Take care of your business,
Yeah.
okay? Good evening.
Yep.
Hope you get plenty of rest. All right. Take care,
If you
Joshua.
tired, you tired. Hey Mike.
Yeah. Appreciate you stopping in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. That's Jig
Mike,
saying
Mike,
hello, giving
Mike.
a long list of hellos to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody saying hi to one another. All right.
Takes a while
I'm at
sometimes when there's so many people in the chat. You're trying to say hello to everybody.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes you get ready to click on the answer, then the chat just jump and be like, "Whoa, where did that go?" And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I lost that person." Hey, Darth, what's up? Nice to see you. Night shift worker. Oh, I understand. Believe me, I work at a hospital. I was working from 7 o'clock in the evening till 7:30 the next morning. I was working 12,
Mm-hmm.
13 hour shifts. So I understand.
Oh yeah.
I they talking about third shift. I say ain't no third shift. It's first and second. Each shift work 12 hours. 12 and 12 is 24. I don't know where y'all get a third shift from.
Okay, because no
I
such
was like,
thing.
no. Oh
Mm-mm.
yeah, day shift, night shift. That's it. We're no in
Yep, that's
between.
it. Not
I
when you're
was
working
like,
at the
which
hospital
time
like
clock
that. Oh
y'all
no.
looking at?
Hmm.
Okay. Now I was seeing what Jig said she's doing
Good,
better.
good.
Thanks. Okay. All right. I
That's
know you're
good.
a
That's good
helper.
to hear.
Yep. Yep.
I know he's been
Yeah, but
helping
I just
because he
don't.
hasn't. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Please. Thank you, Mike. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. Mike.
Perfection baking. I see you don't have a thumbnail. Can you give us a little more information about yourself? Like I was asking earlier, do you have a channel? If so, would you please drop it in there and also the grow zone and state you're from? I need a little more info from you, okay, dear?
Yeah.
Just asking.
Definitely.
Just asking.
How was your day? I didn't even ask you. How was
Uh,
everybody's day?
Yeah, I was with my granddaughter.
Okay.
Okay, Mike. That's diversity love. Okay, that's the new name. Okay, all right. That's all I needed to know. Glad to
Okay.
hear that. I appreciate that.
Hmm.
Oh, there go Odom. Oh, nice to see you, Odom. I was watching your little shorts earlier too. Oh, okay. Everybody doing email back and forth. Okay.
Yep.
Um, I'm trying to read the chat, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you're taking care of someone that's sick, it it takes a lot out of you, both of you, because you're gonna make sure they're right regardless.
Yeah,
I
it
understand. Hey,
is.
so
It does
blessed.
take a lot.
Yeah, that's why I have a lot of friends who are caretakers, and when I
Mhm.
call, I don't ask them about the person who's sick. I ask how they're doing because
Right.
I know that individual, and I know they're taking good care of the person that's sick. But I know it takes a lot out of you because I was a caretaker for my mom up until she passed. And my mom had rental property, she had tenants I had to deal with, and her own personal house and my own personal household. So I was going from my job at the hospital to the hospital she was in. So I know how much it took out of me all the way up till she took her
Mhm.
last breath. You know,
Wow.
so I understand. Believe me, I worry about the caretakers more so than I worry about the patient because I know the patient's in good hands.
Right.
Broke, broke, broke,
Hey,
broke,
bro.
broke. Internet star. What's up? What's up? What's up? Glad to see you. Glad you
Yes,
made it in.
yes. Hey, spiritual
Yes, yes.
awakenings.
Okay, now I saw them. I think earlier on another live. I'm not familiar with them. Are you, Quinn?
I've seen them before.
Spiritual
Yeah.
awakening. Can you drop your channel if you have one and your grow zone and your state? I don't know if Nightbox is backward, and somebody drop MSOG and see if they back on online because
Mike
they've been.
did, but it didn't work.
You didn't? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
Mike did, but it didn't come up. So,
Buddha support. Oh, okay.
hmm.
All
Yep.
right. Nothing wrong with that.
How was the weather today? I don't want to
The
even
weather
tell you what
wasn't
it
too
was like
bad.
today.
It started off a little cool this morning, then it warmed up
Hmm.
towards the afternoon. It's jacket weather.
Okay.
Don't need a hat, but it's jacket weather. And I actually, well, I put it like this: as long as you're in the sun, it's
Hmm.
nice. If you're in the
Got you.
shade, you need a hat and coat. Okay.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
actually, I actually had to stop. I was over there working in the garden. I got home a little earlier than usual today, so I was like, let me go over here and check things out.
Nice. Uh oh, I don't hear her.
All right, we just popped out and popped in again. I'm getting new internet next month because this one
Nice.
I'm tired of it. Okay, all right.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
All right. So Mike dropped the info. Thank you, Mike. Oh, you popped in.
It was 89 today.
Where? In Georgia?
Mhm. It was
Woo.
89 here.
No, we barely got up to 60, but the sun was out, so it made it a little warmer. Like I
It's
said, as long
coming.
as you stay.
It's coming.
Yeah, I know. And then we're gonna complain about that.
You're gonna be like, it's too hot. That's what I
85
try
broke.
not to do.
Oh, you was even warmer where broke was that?
Hmm.
Joshua, I thought you was going to bed. He's about 60. Yeah, that's when it got up to about 60. It's storming here right now, sitting here with my lantern just in case. Renaissance Grandma, we had that problem yesterday. Well, we had me, my granddaughter, and the baby. We had went for a walk around the block, and we got halfway down. It started getting real dark, real fast. So we crossed the street,
Mm.
and my granddaughter said, "Graham, pick up your step." She said, "I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling rain." So we hurried up and got back to the house. And as soon as we got up on the porch, it rumbled. And we saw,
Wow.
I was looked out, I said, "Was that thunder?" She said, "Yeah." We
Yep.
sitting out the porch
Mm-hmm.
for a hot minute. Then the wind started blowing the rain onto the porch, them big drops. And she took it
Wow.
care. When we went in the house, it thundered and lightning. We had our Bible meeting on Zoom because there was threats of tornadoes here. And some people actually lost power. The winds got so high in certain areas. So
Wow.
yeah, and some people's power actually went out, so they couldn't even make the Zoom meeting. So
Mm.
yeah, it got nasty here yesterday evening, but it turned out to be a more decent day today. It was
Okay.
pretty decent. So, and
Well,
I kind of worked in the garden pulling up weeds since it had been
mhm.
so damp. The weeds been coming up, roots and all, and
Oh,
I
that's
put
good.
some more landscaper um um
Fabric down.
well, yeah, and then I had that pile of wood chips. I'm gonna put that on top. I'm trying to
Okay.
minimize the weeds, and I gotta take a new video because when I first did my video about my fruit trees, it was just showing that they budded, but with all this rain, they have blossomed out, and that huge honey crisp I have, it
Right.
is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's got
Nice.
so many leaves. I mean,
Nice. Nice.
so many
Nice.
blossoms. Who's
Hey,
that?
wellness.
Hey, Frugal Mama, how are you? Jesus, it was 80. It's 82 right now. No, it's like
Okay.
50, it's 56 here, and it says rain tomorrow. We've been getting a lot of rain.
Hey,
Hey,
Gloria Elliott.
Gloria. Hey, how are you? So, uh,
Well, our
I'm going.
weather's crazy because I'm looking at it now. Tomorrow's gonna be 91. Saturday
Oh,
will be 88. Sunday will be 79, but then on Monday it's gonna drop down to 60.
mm-mm. Hey,
Then it'll
Loralita.
be hi Lolita. Then it'll be right back up. It's crazy.
Well, here is 62 degrees and partly cloudy, and
Wow.
it's dropping down to 56 tonight. Tomorrow, 59 and rain, 45 is the low. Saturday is 48, 40 is the low. Sunday
Hmm.
is 52, 41 is the low. Monday is 57, low 48. Tuesday,
Hmm.
64, low 44. And then
Wow.
Wednesday is 47, low 34.
Well, our low is going to be 50. Well, even when it's going to drop down to 60, the low is going to be 50.
Mm-mm.
So that's not bad.
I mean, Tuesday
Everything will
going from
survive.
64 to 44. That's 20 degrees difference. And then Wednesday it's going down to 34 in the evening.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
tell me about it.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
so
mm.
yeah, our temperature's going up and down, up and down. Long as it don't go below 34, I might be able to have some nice fruit on my fruit trees.
Right.
There you
Well,
go.
that's good.
Hey, Gail. Hey, bye you sugar. What's up, baby?
Hey.
Hey, Gail Hooper, how are you? Thank you. She said it's 48 and raining there right now.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
yeah, my honey Chris is hard headed. Odom.
Welcome
African
in,
dreaming.
African dreaming. Hey, Jay.
I gotta do a video on mine. It's just been blossom out. The other day when I did the video, everything was just leafed out and it had
Oh
buds, but now
wow.
all those buds have opened and they're absolutely gorgeous. I was just
I
like
bet
when I
it
walked over
is.
there, I was like, whoa. The yard is all lit up.
I
I
need
was
to
like,
do a video on my stuff too. My trees,
yeah.
everything. It's
Well,
looking good.
I already did a video on your figs. Love those fig
Yeah.
trees blooming.
Oh
We went
yeah.
from 88 inside to 60. My peppers went in shot.
I
Ooh, don't
bet
you
they
just hate
did.
that? Oh, you just hate that.
Ooh, went from 80.
These
Oh
fried
goodness.
inside, 32 at 19.
Man, that's crazy.
23. That's even colder than what we got here. 34 is
What?
our lowest.
32 at
23.
night and two. Wow.
That's below freezing.
Oh my goodness, 23.
That's enough to mess up anybody's garden. I
I
had to
know
turn
that's
the
right.
curtains back on. Mike, I ain't turned mine off. Not the way we've been yo-yoing. Sometimes it's cooler inside than it is outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't turn mine off till the 1st of June. I don't. That's how crazy our weather is. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night looking for no blankets and all this other stuff. No, I'm good.
Just keep it at the foot of your bed, and then when you wake up, just if it's cold, just pull it up over you.
Drills, what's up? Glad to
Hey,
see you. Haven't been
Drill.
missing you. Glad to
How
see
you
you.
doing?
Everybody saying hello to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we're down at the bottom of the chat. I was just want to bring up the subject that I picked for today was, do you grow for yourself or others or both?
Good question.
Because I know from last year, I've heard in other chats that most people are doubling or tripling what they're growing this year
Mm-hmm.
from experiencing last year's wins and losses, especially in states that had horrendous heat and sun.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have that much problems in your crop, do you only have enough to serve yourself, or do you have enough to serve with friends and family?
Right. I'm laughing. Yeah,
Had two homes,
one
one
for
for
winter
winter
and
and
one for
one.
summer.
I got
That would.
girlfriends who are in Florida right now, and they snowbirds. They won't be back until almost the end of May. They don't come back to Cleveland till May. All right, I got friends like
Folks
that.
said me
Okay,
and family. Yeah, because we
okay.
know he grows stuff he don't like, but
Yeah, especially them
somebody eat it.
onions and radishes and some
Mm-hmm.
other stuff.
Hey, Gail Hooper.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that, Gail.
Mhm. Um, Me and my
And
hubby
my
will get
husband.
somewhere. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's good. Because it may be helpful to them.
three
Three
people, me,
people, me,
myself,
myself,
and
and
I.
I hear you,
Oh
Odom.
no,
Said me, myself, and I. Mm-hmm.
uh,
And close family. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
there she go. Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm
Glad
good.
to see you made it in there. Huh?
good.
I didn't know who that was. I was like, okay, you did a name change on us, or is that another channel?
Well, I guess I lost my account because something happened with my phone and I think my email got hacked, so I shut it down until I can get it fixed,
Okay,
make sure it's okay. Yeah.
okay.
hmm
Hey, Lydia. Okay. So how you been feeling though?
Wow.
I'm doing all right. I am doing fine. I was feeling a lot better and it's taking me some time to get well, but now I want to get out and do things.
Okay. Well,
Well,
you can't
glad you
overdo
feeling
it.
better.
Yeah. Don't
hmm
Hmm.
overdo it. Mhm. Now, did you have some in particular that you want to grow this year?
Yes, I am. I still don't have a good garden spot because I live where there's a lot of old trees. So basically, I'm just going to grow a lot of seedlings this year and give them away.
Aw,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's
that's
Yeah,
that's
very
nice
sweet.
to
I already
yeah.
gave away a lot of seeds to the church I go to. And you should have seen how big those ladies' eyes got. They were all excited.
So it's true. There's more happiness in giving than there is in receiving
Is
It
because it makes
really
you
receiving,
was.
feel
yeah.
good. Mm-hmm.
hmm So I had
That's
a good time. I gave away some of my tropical seeds, my exotic seeds, And a lot of the members of that church are from Africa, so they were familiar
Oh,
with some of them that were exotic to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and
okay.
and then
So
uh-huh.
tell everybody who you are, because some people don't know who you are.
Okay. My name is Diversity Love, and I have been your fan for the longest of time. You all have taught me a lot, and I used to watch y'all all day long as I work remotely, and it was great
Okay.
to have your company, and it was
Hmm.
also a lot of fun to learn a lot, and
Hmm.
y'all keep us laughing.
Oh,
Well, I'm
okay.
sure
Well,
you
thank you.
yeah, I'm sure you've said things that people have been like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that." So, I find that in this community, no matter how long you've been in the community, you can learn so much from others.
Yeah,
Even our
yeah.
seasoned gardeners will say often that they learn something. So,
Oh, yeah.
it's an interchange of knowledge, and that's a wonderful thing. Hey, hands.
Hey,
Yeah.
hands are dirty, and Miss T with the T. Thank you for stopping in
Oh,
this
I didn't see
evening.
Miss T. Hey, Miss
Yep,
T.
yep. She slid up in here on us. Yep.
Hey,
And
Grammy's Journal.
I appreciate that even though you can't grow the way that you want to, but unselfishly you feel that others can benefit for
Right.
what you giving them, whether it's seeds or actually seedlings that you have started to get them going in the right direction in regards to growing their own food. So
Mm-hmm.
unbeknownst to you, you may have inspired some people to really do a little research in regards to how
Yep.
they can do that for themselves. So, your unselfishness and your love of gardening might have lit, how do you say, some dirt full of soil with fertilizer, and you might get somebody else to grow as well.
Mhm. Yep.
And having
Yeah.
so much fun. And the thing is, that particular church actually has farmland in back that they have not used yet. And I didn't
Oh,
know that was their land.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm just
So
gonna see how much trouble I can get into.
Mm-hmm. I'd be
oh,
like,
well,
I'm volunteering to get that
yeah.
land back there
Mhm,
up and running, and anyone who wants to join me, y'all come on. And I'd be like,
mhm,
Saturday, 7 a.m.
mhm.
until what? 1, be out there dropping seeds and whatnot.
Yeah,
Have it
everybody
looking
can have their
beautiful.
own little plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Albert,
Hey,
how are
Albert
you?
Miranda.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Well, I
Yeah.
just
sweet thumb.
wanted to say hi and introduce myself. I need to go check in on my folks real quick. But
Okay.
if y'all subscribe to my channel, I'll do some lives about what I'm doing over there at the church and a couple other things I'm hoping y'all will be interested in.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, now
That
that
sounds
you have
good.
come up and explained to us, hey, that's what we're here for, to support one another.
Yeah.
We would love to hear your ventures on how everything is developing and who's growing what. Hey, analytic
Yep.
gardener, you be careful out there driving. Yeah, so yeah, that would be interesting. Do
Oh yeah.
a series,
Okay. Well,
from the turning out
perfection garden is
ground.
me now. So
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
what'd you
you.
say?
I said, yeah, do a
I didn't
series.
hear
So
you
from
were cut
the first time you break ground up until stuff start growing.
Yeah, because
Uh-oh.
we would love to see that.
Yeah, I am searching for some organic seeds for them because they don't want to buy commercial seed.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy what I can to contribute to the cause and see if I can we can all get a greenhouse going for the seedlings.
All
And
right.
That would be
my husband,
fantastic.
it
Hey,
would
Ron
be.
Hudson. Thank you,
I
dear.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited, and then I'm gonna do a series on. I know I told y'all a lot of little ideas I had, but you know what? It's about time I put my action where my mouth is.
Ah, okay. Hey,
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
mad at you. Okay. If
Yeah.
that's
Mm.
what's gonna give you that fire lit up under you to get you going, go for it.
Yep,
Work. Yeah, take it.
absolutely. I mean, I
Take
see a
it.
lot of potential when you say, you given them seedlings and they got all that land. You could just say, hey, who wants to be in this gardening group? Like Miss Shirley said, everybody get a little area and you
Mhm.
find the seeds this year, and then next year, save those seeds. Let everything go to
Exactly.
seed, and you don't have to buy it over. The children that are there, they can learn too. So it's
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
win-win. It's a
Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah,
You took the
especially
words
since
right out of my
they have a
mouth.
school. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, young and old. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, you might have people that's at the church there that don't have garden areas and would like to grow something. So to have their
Right.
own little, plot of land where somewhere that they're actually going to come on a regular basis and able to check on it and, you know, weed or whatever to nurture their plants. I think that's a win-win situation for them.
Hmm.
I
Yep,
think so. And
absolutely.
and the thing about it is they have a lot of children going to school there.
Oh,
Most of them are from Kenya.
oh,
Mm.
Right. And so I guess agriculture is not unknown, but a lot of them don't have, or like me, we looking for a place to grow. And
okay.
Mm-hmm.
so I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good summer if we
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
can get that going together. And I'm just thankful that I was able to participate.
That
Hmm.
Right.
sounds like a winner, a winning
Mhm.
blessing. That some of
Yeah.
them might actually have their own seeds that they might be looking for a place to plant. So you never
Mm-hmm.
know. And
You
Yep.
share.
know, that's a question I asked because I'm like, do y'all have any clandestine seeds from Africa? You
Hey,
know, the stuff I
exactly.
just get.
That's
Hey,
right. Grow
you
some
never
exotic
know.
stuff. Another thing
Ooh,
too, with summer coming, the kids that will be out of school, if they participate, that'll be a summer of learning for them. And then what they harvest, they can then share with maybe those, that are less fortunate, which is another learning lesson for them as well. Something that I think a lot of people have gotten away from, younger ones being outside, using their hands. Well, they do use their hands for them video games, but in gardening.
but
Yeah, we need to get them
also,
into those video games.
Yeah,
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 and they also can help the older ones too. A lot of them might not be able to dig up, loosen up the soil in the plot that they have, and they might need a little help.
exactly.
So that'll
It's
help
true.
them.
'Cause, yeah, you get older, you just can't be down on that ground like that.
You surely
Definitely not.
cannot. Exactly. So
Yeah.
that
So
would be
you.
good. That would be good.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of potential.
beautiful. It's I don't know, I guess it's maybe 4 or 5 acres, and then
Oh,
right behind
that's a
it
That's
is
a
lot of
lot.
land. That's a lot of land. Hey, Roro.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
that
I
is a
had
lot
no
of
idea.
land.
I thought it was belonging to a farmer. I thought there was another farmer that owned that, and the church was just on a piece of it.
Hmm.
Nah, they told me that was the church's land. I got all bug-eyed.
Now wait a minute. They're not doing anything with it. It's just sitting back there.
It's been sitting there for a little while now. Nothing was on it really. And I think that's because the pastor was going back and forth between here and Kenya.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Mm.
and so the church didn't organize anything yet. They did some other projects, like they added a brand new roof.
Okay.
They expanded the school. They building a daycare
Okay.
at the church, and then also they just built a playground.
Oh, yeah. Well, they
So,
putting out a lot of money there to do that. So, ooh, all right. That
oh
sounds
yes,
like
they
they got a
have.
plan, though.
Yeah.
And I'm really impressed because this is the first time I ever heard of a church having a full-time daycare. You know,
Okay.
um, you know. So I thought that was wonderful that they were doing all of that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now, do most of them speak English? I mean, Are they bilingual or what?
Yes, most of them do speak English, and they also speak Kinyarwanda, which is their language, as well as Swahili and another language which I just forgot. And so,
Okay.
yeah, I find it really a beautiful language, and I think it's a great opportunity there because they actually have bilingual children's books written in those languages.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
And and
nice.
so I said, listen, kids coming up here, African Americans, we didn't get those books. And so I want y'all to make those available if you can
Mm,
to the other schools in the area. Um,
mm.
because I think that would be a good learning resource. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
So
because
yeah.
they can mingle with the other children and they can understand it. And kids pick up languages a lot faster than adults, and they'll be speaking both languages and helping each other out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a win-win situation for the children.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
a few years ago in my program, because I work with children. In my program, I had a little girl that was came over from Africa, and she did not know any English. In the span
okay.
of just 3 weeks, literally, no exaggeration, she had such a good vocabulary. She would just listen, I mean, and look at me every time I said something, and she picked up the language. And so she had a very heavy accent, and so one day one of the older children was laughing at her accent, and I was like, why are you laughing? Can you speak two languages? She's speaking two languages. She learned English and she knows French. So can you speak
Okay.
French? Oh, okay, then be quiet, don't do that. And the cutest thing was that she could never get is I would play this little game with the letters, teaching them the letters, the younger ones, peekaboo. And so she could never say peekaboo. She would always say teekaboo. And I would say, huh, peekaboo, teekaboo. So I just left it. I just left it. But you're right. They learn so quickly. And she's a teenage. Well, yeah, she's a teenager now and doing great. So now she knows three languages because she took Spanish in school.
Okay. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think it's really important. I think it's important because the world is becoming more connected, and
Yeah.
um, and I think we'll be more of a village, but a global village. I think people will start growing their food more and connecting with each other more, and the ability to speak another language will help that, you
Yeah.
know. Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think this school actually may have an exchange program with some of the schools over here.
Mm.
And so I'm like real excited because can you imagine? I mean, when I grew up, they barely wanted me to know about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And now they might possibly even have an exchange program. They have
Hmm.
a farm in back of the church to put people in touch with the earth again and growing their own food and being resource independent. And
Yeah.
I feel blessed to have met them. I really do. I
That's
really
What
do.
I
good.
like about them from another country, when you get to know them and they invite you into their home, you get a chance to learn a little bit more about their culture and the
Right.
food. Especially the food. The food be off the chain, boy. I tell you, they put a whole new meaning on seasoning and adding diversity to their dishes. Like what we would use bok choy or collards or whatever. They have certain spices and stuff that they add to them that will give them a whole new flavor, and it'll be absolutely delicious. So, learning about their culture, the dress, how they interact in their homes, that in itself to me is a blessing that you have widened out to reach out to other individuals other
Right.
than people that you were born and raised with.
Hmm.
And
And
you
there's always
mentioned,
something to learn, always something you can learn from someone of a different culture or different background.
Yeah.
And you mentioned food, and I'll tell you what, they did bring in something that I hadn't seen before, and it was a type of sweet potato.
Okay.
It was white. It was all
Okay.
white in the inside. And they
Mm.
cooked that up very delicious. And she said the color of it can change depending on the soil,
Oh,
Mm.
wow. Hey,
right?
Skilly. Yeah.
So sometimes it can be white and sometimes it can be yellow. And she said that's yeah, that's a sweet potato that we eat back in Kenya.
Oh,
So
wow.
See
And
that?
now, do they call it a sweet potato? Or do they call it a yam? Because I know some places call them a yam, and they said they're not sweet potatoes, but they're all seem to taste pretty much the same. Though it's just different colors, variety of them.
yeah, I didn't ask for that distinction, because even I get confused over that myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
I'm like, I do. I'm like, but is it good?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all I need
Yeah.
to know. What does it taste like?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think I picked that up from Dan Food Force. When he was Dan Permaculture, he was saying in regards to the difference between a yam and a sweet potato and how it's not only harvested but the way it looks. So different countries. I think he's from Jamaica, so I was just wondering from them coming from Africa. Um, how is it grown, and like you said, the different soils make a difference in regards to how it comes out. So it's
Mhm.
just interesting to know their growing techniques, how they differ from ours, what kind, like you said, the soil that they grow their stuff in. So it might be a learning experience on everybody's level regarding starting that garden. It's like a community garden behind the church. So I'm really, you got me all
Yeah,
psyched up
everybody
how that's gonna
benefits.
work out. Yeah, wait to see how you break it down and present it to us.
I just
They
Googled it,
told me
y'all.
that what'd you say?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, they told me that this particular potato, if it grows in richer soil that's moist, it'll come out a more
Okay,
deeper color, like a yellow,
Right.
and it has more
Mm-hmm.
flavor. Yeah,
okay.
so I was impressed. And I
Yes.
asked her to bring me one so I could grow it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hey. And yeah, but our soil here is different from the soil where it was grown originally. So I wonder if it will alter the taste
The
as well as the
flavor.
color.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
It
It's
might.
different.
I'd be willing to
Because
It
try
I
it and
know a lot of
see.
those. Yeah, well, a lot of those soils in Africa are really rich in a lot of minerals and stuff, and clay, which is quite rich. Well, here, where our soil can be full of chemicals as far as fertilizers and what have you, you don't know exactly what's in your soil when you initially start gardening unless you send out soil samples to have them tested. So you really don't know. I mean, you can add stuff to your soil, but you still don't always know what your soil was like previously before you start planting in it. So it would just be interesting to know how it will alter, and hope it doesn't mutate that particular vegetable compared to where it came from.
Right.
Yeah, I asked her about that, and I'm hoping she gets some time to go through her things because she said she might be able to show me some photographs and things like that,
Hmm.
um, and what they do at home. And I said, yeah, I'd love to see that. Hmm.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be interesting.
All right, now I hope you got enough room in your camera to start, in your phone to start taking all this info and breaking it down for us.
I do. I'm just learning how to use this technology. I mean, I can write code, but learning how to use a camera, I'm just, you know what? Just beginning. But I'm gonna go ahead. I picked out a camera to get so that I can make it easy for myself, and
Okay,
I'm gonna start trying to do something regularly. I'll do shorts almost every day, just a little
okay,
comment for the day,
okay.
um,
Nothing wrong with
and
that.
show y'all something interesting from around the neighborhood or ask a question. I'm doing a storytelling section on my channel. I want to do storytelling because I want people to be creative and tell stories. And the first story is about internet trolls.
Oh,
And
got
and
plenty of
I want,
those.
yeah, I know, right? I laid out like an outline, and I want people to write their own version of it and present it. And I'm going to give a winner $100.
Oh,
Oh,
Um,
wow.
well, that's gonna
yeah.
be real interesting.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give the winner $100. And if they wanted to publish it, I'm gonna see if I can help them get it published on like Barnes and Nobles or something like that.
Oh wow!
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because
All
Okay.
right, fellas, I hear that
storytelling,
in the chat.
yeah,
Talking about money. We
Yeah.
talking
ain't talking
about money here.
about, we
So
ain't
we
talking about
win-win-win.
$5.
No,
Okay.
$100. And the reason why is because storytelling has always been the way we communicate our values,
Yeah,
right? And I want to start out with that, and get people back to that again and away from the video games and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Just tell
yeah,
your story.
yeah,
Yeah, and
um
it'll be interesting to see the different variations in
yeah,
stories.
yeah. Everybody will
'Cause-
have a different perspective on how
yeah,
they view that, because it's funny when I finally started doing regular lives. I think my second live I had trolls, and they was laughing, talking about, Miss Shirley, you done finally made it. And they was like, how do you figure that out? They say you got trolls, you know.
congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the storytelling, people can tell it in person, like they just telling a story to a kid, or they can act it out, or they can make an animation, whatever they want to do.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and
Sounds
then
good.
yeah, we'll do a premiere, and then I'm just gonna send $100 cash app or something like that to the
Okay.
winner.
All
Yeah.
right.
Which would be nice.
Now,
Which would be
Yeah.
nice.
is there any guideline rules or whatever in regards to how long it is, what words and what not to put in it to make it presentable when they come in, or I
Yes,
mean,
we have to
stipulations
keep
here.
it clean. It has
Okay.
to be, kid friendly, even though I'm not directing this at kids.
Okay.
You have to keep it clean, and you have to have a good ending,
Okay.
Okay.
meaning the problem of the trolls have to resolve in a positive way. And I want
Okay.
to see how creative people can get
Okay.
with creating the ending. Uh,
Okay.
and that's just the first story. And I picked that storyline because that's probably the only sort of battle-ish kind of storyline I'm going to do. The rest
Hmm.
of the storylines or the stories I'm going to propose will be about rebuilding the community in different aspects and in different ways. So I
Okay.
know
Okay.
that may not make sense, but I will explain each one as they come out because I have a series that I would like to do a competition on. Um,
Okay. All right.
so,
Sounds good.
yeah, I hope so. I mean, this is my first time. I'm gonna give it my best shot and see if it's my thing. But I think stories get people thinking creatively.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
So
Get
I agree.
get the dust off
yeah.
those cogwheels and get them to start rolling. But the
Hmm.
person you love, a lot of people don't know you. We've known you from I know you from way back. So for the ones who are just coming into the chat, this is Diversity Love that we knew her from. Now she's what, Perfection Baking? Is that your new channel,
Yeah, that's
or
my new channel. I may get my other channel back and I'll let y'all know if I do. Uh,
okay.
but yeah, that's my new channel for now.
All right.
So
Now, do
yeah,
you bake?
I do. And
Okay.
I have been studying. I'm still a beginner, but I've been baking bread every day. Every week
Ooh,
I bake
nice.
my own bread to eat. And the reason why is because if you bake it yourself, you can avoid the cholesterol problem because processed bread will raise your cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the reason why baking it doesn't is because if you take the whole wheat berry and grind it yourself into flour with an electric grinder,
Yeah.
it will be fresher and it will have the entire value of the nutrients. And it's the active enzymes in those nutrients that keep the cholesterol at bay.
Okay.
Um, and that's one of the things that I did in regards to my own health, things like that. Trying to make things from scratch and get used to doing it so it's not a big deal for me to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, right? Because before then, I used to be the McDonald's kid.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
Mm-mm.
before then, I used to eat out. Yeah, I used to eat out all the time and eat a lot of junk. So I think it takes a toll. But, baking bread is really relaxing. When you get to knead the bread and everything, it's like you feel it and it's like I don't you get into it and you start to mold it into what you think it should be. And
Okay.
and that is just like a relaxing process as well. And when you smell that bread coming out the oven, that's
Oh,
a
it
whole
is
nother
like the
experience.
whole house. Oh yeah. Hey, Butter Roll Boutique.
Mhm.
Thank you for stopping in. Sweet
Hey.
Pea, thank you for coming in. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Joshua's
Hi,
still
Brother.
hanging in. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
just trying to catch some of the new folks who had popped up in the chat. Um, now, do you use gluten-free flour? Are you there? Did she freeze? Okay. Diversity, you okay? I think you froze.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try
There you
that next. But when you use gluten-free flour, you have to add back in some form of gluten to make it stick, but they do
go.
that
Okay.
by facsimile of other chemicals. And so right now I'm kind of turned off by it. If you want a
Okay.
gluten-free bread, there are other types of bread that I would make first. At like cornbread or maybe even some of the because they don't have
Mm-hmm.
gluten in them because they're made from other grains. And if you're
Right.
open to other grains, right, if you're open to other grains, the bread may not be as big and fluffy as you're used
Hey,
to,
Pharmacy.
but I think it might be more wholesome than some of the gluten-free because they add other additives to make up for the lack of the gluten. Because it's the gluten
Okay.
that really makes that bread rise and pop, right? So,
Mm.
but I
Okay.
am going to try to do that because I want to be able to accommodate everybody, you know.
Right.
I am a
Absolutely.
vegetarian, but
Absolutely.
if somebody came to my house and want to eat ribs, I'll make them some ribs.
Okay.
That's me. That's
Right.
me. I mean, I'm being a
So,
pescatarian. I don't care if you eat meat and that's your decision. I won't knock you. I'm just doing my thing. I know there's some people, they're like, oh no, don't eat the meat. You got to watch this. What the health? And all of those different documentaries. I leave that alone. People have to make their own choice about their health, what they should and should
And,
not do. Go ahead,
and
Mama.
I can testify to that.
Yes, you
you
can.
too. Every
Yeah.
person is individual as a fingerprint, and so everybody has to really know themselves and do what's
Yes,
right for
know
them.
yourself.
Hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just wanted to touch on something
Hmm.
that I believe it
But
was
I
Sweet
actually started eating fish again, so I might be converting to a pescatarian.
I like what
Hmm.
Sweet Thumb said that once you get used to doing something yourself, you don't really have any issues doing it. You get so used to doing it that you're just like, oh, that's nothing. I got this. So I think, with the baking of the bread, once you start and you go through the process, after a while, it's just like, oh, this is old hat. I got this. So yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Mhm. Backyard Garden Flow, thank you for stopping in this evening. Glad to see you there. For the ones who are new coming in, this is Diversity Love. And she used to hang with us real tough back in the day. She's trying to get her channel back up again with some small issues, but she also likes to bake and she has another channel and it says Perfection Baking. So you can check her out. Mike has dropped her information and go check her out. And she might be coming up with a series about her church and the land behind it in regards to hopefully getting a community garden going for her and the parishioners and anyone else who wants to be included in there. So we're waiting to hear back from all these possibilities that can happen shortly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds like you've got things well in hand. You got a good plan, and that's all you need is a good plan, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, dad. Okay. If I didn't say hi to
Hmm.
you earlier, hello, hello, hello.
Um,
So, diversity. Other than that, how's your health? You're feeling better?
yeah, what was going on with me was I had some kind of anemia. There's 400 kinds of anemia, by the way, and I'm
Oh
still
wow.
uncertain as to which one. But I do know that it had me really just sort of bedridden for like 10 days out of every month. Um,
Oh wow.
so, yeah, I had to do a lot. Doctors kept telling me that I just need to get used to it, but it took a toll and I just needed to take a break. So I did. I stopped working so much. And I took some time to focus on my health and
Yeah.
Good.
and start changing my diet and experimenting. I found some medicine that I could take that would alleviate some of my symptoms. And I also found some herbal remedies that helped me out tremendously. And I'll
That's
probably
good.
I'll talk about that a lot more too. Um,
That's
because I think,
fantastic.
Well, that's
it,
nice when you can find herbal remedies to help you out because you don't have all those side effects, and you don't have all that. If I take this, am I going to have heart palpitations? If I take that, will it give me migraines? If I take this, will it give me 24-hour a day diarrhea? I mean, when you take natural, your body can assimilate it. When you start getting a lot of this other stuff over the counter and prescriptions, there's a lot of synthetic stuff in there that they don't tell you about. And when you start reading the instructions or the ingredients of what this stuff you taking, you're like, wait a minute, I can't even pronounce half this stuff on here. So what does it
Hmm.
do? And then after all of that, it still might not help the issue. You'll have so many other side effects, you won't even know whether or not this stuff actually worked in the first place. So it's
Exactly.
nice when you can find substitutes and something natural to help alleviate some of your symptoms or pain or digestive or whatever that you might be going through if it helps you out. So as long as it doesn't interfere with anything else you might be taking, it's that's a good thing. It makes it easier for your body to regroup.
Right. Do y'all notice in commercials, they'll be like, oh, take such and such, it'll help you with this and that. If you're having issues with that, then all of a sudden, here come the
Yeah,
fast talk. If you have issues having this or no, 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 suicide, no, 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 please let your doctor, no, no, discontinue. What? Wait, slow up. Tell me them
yeah,
side effects again. There was one side effect. The medicine was supposed to help with depression, but the side effect was if you take it, you might become suicidal. What?
yeah.
Like, really?
I
You want me to
saw that.
ingest this in my body? Like, are you kidding me?
Hmm.
I
I
don't get
saw
that.
that. That's scary,
Yeah,
actually.
it is scary. That's why you got to do what's good for you on a personal level. I know somebody, there are people out there, well, they doctors, whatever, they'll take it. That's fine. You got to do what's good for you. But for me, oh, no, no, no. If I could go the natural route, and let's face it, sometimes doing things the natural route does take a little bit longer. but I have less side effects. It's crazy, y'all. It's really crazy. Ever since I was a little girl, when I took medicine, I would always hallucinate. I can remember being like 6 or 7, being sick, and my mother gave me them 2 little bear aspirin for kids,
Mhm.
and I was thinking I was seeing animals in my bedroom. That's the very first time I remember hallucinating. I don't take over the counter medicine like that. If I do,
Mhm.
I have to take it at night when I'm asleep, because when I'm going to go to sleep. Because if I don't, I will definitely always hallucinate. So that's just my body. That's my body's reaction. So I'm like, no,
Mhm.
I'll take my time, go with the natural stuff, and work on that because I just feel safer with that.
You see the comment Mike made?
What'd he say?
It
Oh my
says there's
gosh.
a diabetic drug that gives you gangrene of the privates. So your
What?
Yeah.
reproductive wow organs can
Yeah.
shrivel
No
up,
thanks.
fall off, ah, just die on
Uh,
you.
uh. And they'll be
Oh,
saying, take it.
he said it's a diabetic drug?
Yeah, it's a diabetic drug.
Oh no. I'm about to order the insulin plant, uh, because that
Yep.
is a herbal remedy for diabetes. And
Yes, it is.
so yeah, I'm about to order that. I had it before, but I lost it when I moved stuff around. So I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them, and I'm gonna start giving those away too, because people don't know how much sugar is in their food when
Oh
you
yeah.
go out to eat or when you go anywhere. They just put sugar in it
Salt
because
too.
that makes you hungry.
Yeah, salt too.
Yeah.
And I can tell I stay away from salt because I have problems. Hey Jones Truth, with my ankles and feet swelling from my body of just settling fluid in my legs. And as soon as I taste something that has too much salt, my mouth just almost starts peeling on the inside. I
Wow.
Wow.
I can detect salt just almost as soon as my tongue touches it that is too much salt because I don't use salt at all.
Okay.
I use enough herbs in my food for the flavoring. If I
Right.
use too much, garlic or too much onion or whatever, that's to help to enhance the flavor of the food because I stay away from salt. And
Right.
when you come to my house, if you eat, I never sit a salt and pepper shaker on the table. You have to ask me for it because I know I flavored my food to the point that you shouldn't need salt in your food.
Yeah, I watched a documentary on salt, and she said that salt is really bad for the body because it's two pure chemicals out of the salts of the ocean. It's only sodium and chloride, and those alone are actually poisonous.
Yeah,
And she said if you have to have salt, you want the natural salt as it would come out the ocean, not
yeah,
the commercialized stuff that they force out of the water, because
yeah.
that has natural minerals. And she said you would never eat that much of that kind of salt because it has a much stronger flavor. But
Hmm. I know they tell people to stay away from that iodized salt. I have if I have salt in the house, it's the pink Himalayan kind. I don't have the
okay,
regular table salt, and I've also have that salt from I got from Sherry from Black Tropical Homestead. That's supposed to be a good substitute as well. So, like I said, I don't use salt, and so
Yeah.
I don't either.
It's
I
not
don't
good
use
for you.
salt. I might
yeah,
put pepper on my food. Um, or I like to make sauces out of other plants that have a stronger flavor for that.
yeah.
Um,
Let's try gardening. Hello, thank you for coming in.
Hey. Yeah, Sweet Thumb says some people ask for the salt and never taste the food, and that's true.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
they even taste the food, you got the salt and pepper. There they go. You
And
ain't
they shaking
tasted.
it.
Taste it and see.
I mean, and they
Yeah.
shaking and shaking and shaking. You be like, really?
Exactly. It's
You know?
crazy. I'm like, come on. Do you really need it or is it habit?
Yeah.
It's a lot of times I think it's force of habit.
Yeah. Hello, LP. Just like some people will put ketchup on everything. Said, did you even taste your food before you started pouring that all over it? Hey,
Yeah.
Nikki. Hey, boo.
Because you know what I find interesting?
Mhm.
Um, I cut the tops of my onions and it smells so good. I dehydrated it.
Mm-hmm.
It
Moringa is
smelled
good for those
so
things.
good. And I'm like, you can use this and not have to add all this other stuff with they take the onion powder and then they add all that MSG to it. Like, no. Just use that. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, it took me a while. I would say that I was addicted to salt and pepper and all that. I actually had to completely abandon it before I could start to taste the food again.
Right.
Just the natural food. It took me a couple of months to really just enjoy just the natural food.
Right. Right. But that's good that you did it. You took the time to kind of um get that out your system, if you will,
Yeah.
so that you can now see what it tastes like. That's good.
Joe should say, if my family wants to get me upset, I dare you to grab some salt without tasting it. You are in for an attitude from me you don't want.
I know that's right.
That's hilarious.
And that's an insult too to the cook. That's an
Yeah.
insult to me, to the cook. Like, taste my food before you start drowning it in soy sauce and ketchup and was it ketchup, hot sauce, and all this other stuff. Taste the food first. You might not need any of it. And then, to me, when you do that, when you finally get down to the true flavor of the food, you ain't gonna taste it.
Nope. You're not
Nope.
gonna taste it.
You're
You're
not
not
gonna
gonna
taste
taste it.
it.
Because
Mm-mm.
if food is cooked well and it's
Yeah,
seasoned well, it doesn't mean you have to use a lot of something. Because
yeah,
in truth, salt is just supposed to enhance the flavor. So if you're
right.
putting that much salt, maybe
Yeah,
there is no flavor.
yeah.
Maybe there's not enough flavor.
You
Hmm.
Just
know
my
what?
personal thoughts.
You raise a good point because it's true. There's not enough flavor in some of the foods we get from the grocery store now because of the way they grow it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep, it's so true. It's just terrible. And we know that that's true, especially those of us in the garden community, because you'll eat something that you get from the store, and you're like, okay, but then you eat something you grew, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
this tastes good.
yeah.
This is hitting different.
Hmm.
The one thing I never could understand is why I would buy collards from the grocery store. They super dirty. That's the first thing. They super dirty. Then they take so long to cook. When I grow my collards, I can grow my collards and I can cook them with my cabbage and it's no problem. No problem. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that's
like
true.
that, Nikki.
Yeah, I feel the
Exactly.
same
So,
way.
mm-hmm.
Like
So when
I
you
had
buy,
a friend. Oh, go ahead, babe.
no. Go ahead, man.
Now I was gonna tell you, I had a friend come over for dinner one time, and he said, "You know how I like my steak?" I was like, "Okay." So I had my frying pan nice and hot. I
Hmm.
had good butter in it, and then I went out to the garden and I got a piece of rosemary. Uh oh, did we lose her? And I
Yeah,
put the
looks like we did.
rosemary in there, and I took the butter and I kept pouring it over it, and I crushed the rosemary in it, and then I flipped it over and seared the other side and kept pouring the butter over it. He said, "You hadn't put no salt on it." I was like, "Give it a chance." And I buttered
Right.
it and buttered it, and then I took it out the pan and I let it rest, and then I
Hmm.
cut it, and then I gave him a piece. He tore that steak up.
I know he did.
I was like, "Weren't you forgetting something?" He's like, "What?" I was like, "What happened to the salt?" He said, "Oh man," he said, "I ain't even miss it." I was like, "See, everything don't have to
See?
be salted in order for you to enjoy it." I
Hmm.
had to put my daughter in check. She made spaghetti sauce and I put a cup of sugar in it. I preached such a sermon. She stopped doing
I know
it.
she did. A cup of sugar? Good Lord. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm like, what is you doing?
A cup of sugar? Wow, that's a lot of sugar.
That is a lot of sugar.
A cup?
That is a lot
Ooh.
of sugar.
Is she making sweet spaghetti
Mhm.
on the cookbooks? Oh,
Apparently. Yep,
I wonder
mine
how
too,
much she
Nikki.
put up
Especially that
paste.
garlic. Woo!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, girl. Tell
Love
me
it.
about it. I've been wearing
Mm-hmm.
it out. I've been adding a little bit of Old Bay and a few other spices in there. Like when I went to my granddaughter's house and I started opening up the cabinets looking for seasoning, I was like, girl, what is wrong with you? If I'd have known this, I'd have brought my seasonings with me. I'm trying to cook
Okay.
dinner and I'm looking in there and she got empty bottles of garlic powder and onion powder. I was like, how is she gonna cook? And fortunately, the supermarket is less than 4 houses up the street. I walked up and I got me some spices and stuff and brought them back. And I was like, this is the way I cook. I had like made some smothered cabbage and I had cut up
Mm-hmm.
bell peppers and onions and garlic. And then there was no there was no cracked black pepper. I was like, girl, what is wrong with you? Hi. I was like, never mind. And I went and got some spices and I cooked it and laid that smothered cabbage out. But I was just like, how do you cook with no spices? I don't get it.
Exactly. I don't get it. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
exactly. Nothing but ketchup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If
The
you
only
cook,
thing I won't
you
ketchup
don't.
on is French fries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like what Grandma Hudson said. If you cook, you don't put salt because everyone has a different salt intake. You could
Yeah.
destroy a dish if you put salt in it to your taste, and someone's level is different. I agree because I know some people when they make a salad, you know, they put salt in it, and I'm like, I cannot stand that. Stop putting salt in that salad. Everybody does not want that, and we definitely don't need all of that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I've really gotten into using honey for a lot of things. I make this
Oh
killer
yeah,
salad dressing. Yeah, with honey and vinegar or whatever. And most people who said they've had it didn't have any stomach issues of it being upset,
okay,
because of it's being unnatural, wasn't all them chemicals in there.
right, exactly. Because you don't need all of that. You don't need all of
Ah,
that.
you're right, Jones True. She said cooking with no spices, you may as well eat grass.
Basically, basically.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
yes, it's not too much in there. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
not a lot. You can't taste it.
Oh, her phone was charged.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. All right. That's all
it's
right. Well, thank
okay.
you for coming
Mm-hmm.
up. We appreciate you coming up
Yeah.
for the short time. So now we know that that was Diversity Love. Her other channel is Perfection Baking. So if you
Mm-hmm.
guys get a chance, go check her out and give her show her some love. And we'll be looking
Yeah.
forward to the videos. Thanks for
Mm-hmm.
you saw a
Yep. Them
lot.
upcoming videos and
Yeah.
contests, and it'll be
Mm-hmm.
interesting to see what everybody comes up with. Those that do it, you know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
tell you.
I put raw honey
So,
in my meat.
who do you
Yeah. It's
grow
just,
for, Ma?
well, right now I'm growing for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to grow, and when I mean everybody, I'm not only talking about humans. I'm talking about the animals too. So until I can get my
Because they
garden
get you all
totally,
the
yeah,
time.
well, until I can get my garden totally fenced in, where I don't have to deal with these pests, I have to plant enough that after they didn't have their little feast, there's something left for me to eat. And I do
Right.
have some elderly friends that they love my veggies and what have you. And I want to be able to share with them as well. And they even asking me, "What are you growing this year?"
Oh,
You know,
wow.
they looking forward to my chocolate cherries has been a chocolate cherry tomatoes has been a big hit. Guava
Okay.
syrup and sweetener, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried guava yet. I know I've tried stevia, honey, and there's something else I tried, and I can't think of what it is. Yeah, I heard about that. They put sugar on grits, sugar on green. Ugh. I still haven't gotten used to that, or I had food so spiced my lips went numb.
Mhm.
Now, I've had that happen at a friend's house who is Mexican. They believe in them hot peppers. Ooh, my lips were still burning when I left the house.
That's funny.
She said
Um,
Rambo the squirrel and occasionally my neighbor's friends.
Okay, okay, that's right. You gotta include the pets, man.
Yeah, that sounds like what Mike going through with his squirrel. Yeah,
Yeah.
take care, Joshua. Thank you for all
Bye,
your comments
Joshua.
this
Thanks for
evening.
coming.
Yeah, sweet
Yeah,
them. I think that was agave. Yeah, that
agave.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I planted the stevia plant, and I could not believe how sweet it was. And
Well,
I'm
remember
like,
we went
man,
looking for that stevia when we was down there last time, right? At
yep.
the nursery.
Hmm. Well, I got the seeds. It hasn't germinated for me, but I had tried it in the aero farm, but I'm gonna try it in some soil and see if I can get it to come back, or germinate, I should say. Yep. Just start soup kitchen.
You see what she said? Okay, for this
Mm-hmm.
message first. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And there's enough land, I put it like this. It's enough vacant lots where they have torn down houses that
Yep.
they can make into if the neighborhood gardening, you know?
Right.
Blueberries in my greenhouse. I'm glad I built it to where I can raise the sides. Okay. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
you got to use a little defense. I see most of you guys' yards are fenced in. I don't have that
Mm-hmm.
luxury. This is pretty much an open neighborhood where you can walk from one yard to another, cutting through or what have you. So I don't have too much problems with the two-legged people. They're pretty respectable, and they ask for certain things that once they come, ready, can they have some? And they actually have done work in the yard to help me out, like move a couple of bags of soil or some mulch and stuff to kind of earn peppers or tomatoes or whatever. So the two-legged ones aren't so bad, but them four-legged ones, the deer, the raccoon, and groundhogs. I got possum too. I tell you, boy, it's a fight. Like right now, I got my hostas coming up. I hope they don't come and eat them down before they have a chance to even open up and leaf out. And all my fruit trees, once they lose all their blossoms and start fruiting, I hope they got a chance. I
Yeah.
really, it's
Yeah.
sometimes a little disconcerting, but what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
It shows too much
Wow.
of the planet. I got a new video to take about some fruit trees that surprised me.
Okay. Okay.
That surprised
That's
me.
good.
I tried
That's
growing the
good.
miracle berry seeds last year with no luck, but the fruit's supposed to make everything taste sweet. Yeah, I think Brooke showed us that where he ate a miracle berry and then he ate a lemon and he said it was like eating candy. It was so sweet.
It
Hey,
is.
Salon, thank you for
Hey,
stopping.
Salon Diva.
Hey, glad you're here.
Yes, glad you made it, sis.
Well,
Yep.
Jones True said we must live in the same neighborhood. Let me tell you something, Jones True. My street does not go all the way through. It stops at the stoplight. Then there's a street that goes uh, perpendicular, and on the other side is a park. I mean, a huge park. Okay, and they used to let hunters come in there in the fall and thin out the herds of deer and groundhogs. Well, last year when they didn't, the people in the neighborhood didn't vote on the levy, so the levy didn't pass. So therefore, they
Mm.
made it illegal for hunters to come in and take out these critters. So
Mm-hmm.
now they have become overpopulated. The park is huge, but it's getting overpopulated with deer, groundhogs, and raccoons. So now they're coming into the neighborhoods
Right.
and they're knocking over people's trash cans. They're eating their azaleas, and you can drive down the street and see a herd of them in somebody's front yard eating their lawn down. Okay, and if you shoot one, kill one, you can actually be arrested. So that's how bad it is here when it comes to the pest.
When
So
is hunting season though? You
yeah,
can't
it's in
shoot
the
them during
fall.
hunting season? Yeah.
Well,
I
they
know
they they
hunting
get past
season
it. Hey, Miss D,
crazy.
Hollywood. Yeah,
Crazy.
so,
Well,
yeah.
we see
So
them all the time. We see little Bambi and the family grazing at the buffet, eating everybody's stuff, but you know, I got a fence.
yeah, see, your yard's fenced in. There's nothing looking like a fence around my yard.
Right. Yeah.
Do the impossible, family. Yeah, you can.
Yep.
But
We
I
think
put
it's
it like this:
impossible.
that there's a fence around on both sides, but the front end is wide open, so it's just like not having a fence.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm still having issues.
It's gonna
Yeah.
work itself out.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
gonna work itself out.
I I got a handful of stuff. It's just the last couple of years has been bad
Mhm.
since they didn't sign the
Okay.
levy. But it's been real sweet up until now. I got some real nice videos of zucchini and eggplants and peppers and okra and all that stuff. I didn't get none of that last year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. You can't. I
That's
didn't get.
crazy.
I went out there and they ate it, and by the time some of it started growing later in the season, the aphids got it. And I was at that point, I had got so disgusted. I walked over my
Right.
garden and looked at it, and I could see from a distance the devastation the pests had, and I just cried.
Aw.
I just turned around and walked back home and just cried because it was just going. There wasn't nothing I could do about it. At that point, I had got discouraged, but I was like, I'm not gonna stop growing. So I'm up on the second floor. So in my window boxes, I throw a little stuff up here, some Swiss chard or some peppers or
Okay.
something
And they
here.
can't get to that, so that's
I,
good.
I grew collard greens in the window box on the balcony, and I got some. So you
Got
gotta get creative.
right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
She said dead end street here,
I
near
see.
trees and open farmland. You can sit on your front porch and deer just mosey by. We have the
Mhm.
same problem. Not here. If you hit one, people stop and ask, do you want it?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we want that so we can get that deer meat.
Yeah, that venison is good though if you know how to cook it. Get that gamey
Hey,
taste about it.
Francesca.
As a hunter with eyes on the issue with overpopulation, you actually learn way more than people think. The car wrecks from hitting deer alone are a big problem. Oh, let me tell you something. All
Yep.
right. At the top of my street is a major road. I mean, major road. Okay.
Hmm.
And the part starts here and it goes around and crosses the main street. We had a buck that came out in the middle of the road. He had antlers longer than my arms. He stood in the middle of the road. He had traffic stopped all four lanes, two going down and two coming up. Okay, a herd of deer, babies and all, crossed the road behind him. Didn't nobody move. I'm not kidding. This guy had to be close to 500 pounds. That's how big he was. People were taking pictures of
Ooh.
it. That's how big he was. Do you know he waited till the last mama deer and baby crossed the road? He bowed his head to the traffic, turned and galloped away. People were
Like,
sitting
thank you
there
very
saying,
much.
"Yep, like not trying to hit anybody because I would have busted your windows out in your car and everything else
Right, right,
and went
right.
on down around this business. No one could find where that herd of deer went. They just disappeared in the park. It was like, wow. I mean, people were literally getting out of their car taking pictures.
Wow.
It
That's
was fancy.
crazy.
Yeah, he was huge. He wasn't no joke. That's how bad we got deer up in here. He took a
Mm.
bow. Yeah, never seen a deer.
Really?
What? Are
I
you
see them
kidding?
all the time.
Oh man, if I could mail you some, I was send you all. I will send you a whole herd because
I
I'm
know
tired
that's
of living
right.
in my yard. I'm tired. Go look in my playlist. I have a video of
Dang.
when I walked around the corner and they were actually sitting. They had did a smorgasbord. They had gone through my garden and was sitting in the back. Some teenagers. The parents dropped them off and they went through my garden. And I took a picture of them sitting out. And this was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon after my Bible meeting. Yeah, I actually got videos of them actually sitting in my yard, looking at me like what? Like they was like, "What you gonna
It
do?"
was looking like you home already. You got home early tonight. We
I live in
going.
I live in Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. Yeah, we got too much wildlife here. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't care nothing
That's
about
crazy.
Bambi. Okay. I don't have no love for Bambi. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I had teenagers.
Exactly.
A girlfriend brought me home one night. We had just went to see a Cavaliers game. As we were pulling up, I literally jumped out my car while the car was still running. It was like 4 or 5 teenagers in my front yard, rumping around, playing, and eating my hostas and other flowers in my yard. And I jumped out the car. They don't like you clapping, making noise. I get out my. And they ran down the street and they looked back at me like, "Oh, we're just waiting on you to go back in the house because we coming right back."
Oh
And
wow. Yeah, and they probably did.
yeah, they did because what they started nibbling on was still there. When I looked out the next morning, it was all gone. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Mm-mm.
I've even
Have
had
them out
neighbors
of way.
call me. I even had neighbors come out, come out, come out, looking in front yard. It'll be broad daylight. If they hungry, they hungry. They gonna eat. They came out and was eating. So
I
I had
believe it.
a deer had a baby in my garden. I got a picture of that. We went out there and there was a fawn sitting in the corner, brand spanking new. I don't even think it was 2 hours old. I had a crowd of
Wow.
neighbors standing on the street watching this deer give birth in my garden.
I mean, that's a privilege. That's a
For who?
privilege. They
For who?
felt comfortable enough, and
I don't
that's what
care.
made them do that. I know, but ma, that's they bringing in life, and that's the spot they chose. So for
Yeah,
that,
but
you
when
gotta feel
they get
privileged.
here, they hungry. When they get
I
here, they
know,
hungry.
I know,
They all right when
but
I'm
that's still
passing by.
cool to
They and
me. I
somebody
still
else.
think it's cool
One from the right. Yes, they was. They was just like
romping around.
they were doing just that.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
went through my
Mm.
garden like it was a smorgasbord. They ate all my okra. They was taking nips out of my cucumbers, nips out of the zucchini. They what they
The
didn't like.
fruit trees.
Yeah, they decimated. They actually took my honey crisp. It's propped up now. I got to get somebody to help me tie it up. They actually, it had rained a lot, the soil got real soft. They actually took the netting that was over it and grabbed it and they pulled the tree down to get to other branches because it was just that low and they tore that tree up. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
I got gangster deer and stuff over here. They ain't no joke.
Oh,
It's open season year round for wild hogs there. Yeah, they're dangerous too.
they
They're
are no joke.
Yeah, they tell you don't, you better be prepared for it because if it roll up on you, it's gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, them
Trust
things
me.
are they are no joke. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I know. Jay was even telling about the overpopulation in Texas,
Yep,
but wild game hunting controls overpopulation can feed a lot of people. A lot of people. We know that. That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
Sweet
Yeah.
thumb. I've been out here over 24 years, and only within the last 3 years that they didn't pass that levy because we didn't have. Like I said, I've only had problems with the deer population the last 3 years when they stopped letting the hunters come in and thin out the herds. I ain't kidding. I mean, we got deers up the wazoo here, and now they are really bad. Now the richer folks with the really expensive lawns, we got some $1 million homes out here in the neighborhood I live in, and I'm on the outskirts of them, and they're complaining about the deer coming in and eating their prize azaleas and rhododendrons and stuff. Well, pass the levy. It's simple as that. Pass the levy. We
Yeah.
going.
because it's not endanger. We don't want to endanger the population. We just want to control the population because it's
Exactly.
getting out of control.
Hold it to a minimum.
Yeah.
There go my niece. Hey, the deer rappers are doing too much right now. That's my niece, y'all, Mrs. Mika. Yes, and she having problems too. So yeah, I don't have
It's
problems.
crazy.
See, I got enough hawks
Hey,
around here
Cassandra.
that they're not messing. I don't have problems with chipmunks, rabbits, small rodents and animals. I don't have that issue with because we got enough predators to get those. It's the big ones that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Sandra South Fulton? She in here?
Yes, she's
Oh,
here.
I
We
missed you.
miss you.
Yeah, Cassandra, we sure missed you at the
We
Soil Family
miss you,
Expo.
girl.
Yeah, me and Ann needed a third dance partner. Oh, my sister rabbits and beavers. Ooh, who was that having
Oh
problems with beavers?
wow.
Georgia Peach Nut. She's
Divas.
having problems with them beavers. Yeah, them beavers ain't no
Hmm.
joke.
Wow. That's the
Money.
first for me hearing about the beavers, you know?
Oh, really? Georgia Peach Nut. She took you down to the creek and showed you where the beavers had built a dam and was backing up water in her garden and coming over, and she thought it was two-legged animals that was eating up her greens and stuff. She followed the trail of leaves and it was the beavers. Oh,
I mean, building a dam, yeah, that's cool. But I mean, coming into the garden and messing up your stuff,
yeah.
I never heard of that. That's crazy.
Yep. She said it wasn't so much the two-legged one. She found out it was them beavers that was coming up in there.
Beavers, wow.
And when any animals start hitting mating season though, they gotta refuel and they will eat everything and anything that they can get a hold of.
And
My
then,
lily, I got to wrap my lilies up as soon as they start to stalk. They don't even have to bud. They will
hmm,
chunk the tops off. Won't eat the stem or the leaves, but they'll eat the buds themselves. So the last 2 years,
that's
my yeah,
terrible.
yeah, they just bite off the tops, and you go out there and find them but sticks and leaves. Well, to hope you,
Yeah.
yo,
They
yeah, we
did they
did.
have fun? Oh my goodness. Yes, they did.
We had
Yes, they did.
yeah, they had a good band Friday night. They had a
Tell
good band
you.
Friday night. It was cold though, Cassandra. You didn't miss no heat. It was cold
It
Friday.
was chilly this year. It was chilly.
It was even colder Saturday night. Everybody was going to restaurants that had heat lamps, trying to stay
Uh-huh.
warm if they wanted to stay outside. And the wind didn't help it any. It
Oh
kind of
no.
the wind chill factor didn't help it any either.
It
But I
wasn't a
was
whole
ready
lot
for
of
it.
yeah. Yeah. Hopefully next year. We haven't-
I hope so too. I had some
Oh
tank
my
tops,
goodness.
but I'm glad I wore my heavy shirts. I got on one right now that Miss Shirley OG, the one that this one I got a couple of. Who made this one? Crafty Leo. She made this one for me to wear down here. I used to have rabbit bites tops off my tulip. Didn't even eat them. Yeah. When they found out they was nasty, they just did just because they could. Cassandra, we didn't like the cold either. I left Ohio thinking I was gonna warm up going to Georgia. Now it warmed up Saturday morning. It started off cold for the Children's Museum, and then the sun came up and it warmed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then that temperature dropped once that sun went down, so did the heat. Excuse me. But Sunday and Monday was nice because I went out to mess with the chickens in the chicken coop and I didn't have a jacket on. It was beautiful. And it was even nice
Mm-hmm.
on Monday. I enjoyed them chickens so much. I hadn't been excited about anything like that in a long time.
Them
Them
big
chickens.
girls, them big juicy girls, they a mess.
Okay.
I went out there today to give them some fresh lemon balm leaves, and
Uh-huh.
they love lemon balm. They just went straight slap crazy. I
Okay.
was like, calm down. But they love it. They love it. And then it was so hot today, I had to give them some more water.
Okay.
So I think we're going to
Cassandra
give
said she
them.
won't be there next year.
Hmm.
I said, I'm sorry, Cassandra said I'm planning on going next year.
Yes, good. Because we missed you and your brother and your sister.
Yeah. How was the competition? How did they do?
Yes. How did your
It was,
granddaughter do?
yeah, the cheerleading competition.
Rah, rah, rah. Yeah.
But yeah, but only seen one or two people talk about in the chat. The question again is, do you grow for yourself or others or both? You know, I'm trying
I
to grow
grow.
for myself and others, but I don't know who all else. I know, like we was watching Hands in the Dirt, how he had his aunts come out there and they had their own little plots where they could individually pick their greens and what have you. But how many other folks have it set up like that? Okay, Mika said, okay, both.
Both. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, that's pretty much me. I go for myself and others. I love to share. Same thing with the eggs. I share. Some I do sell, but a lot I give away for free. Um, but you know, everything in my garden that I grow, I do eat. But when I have excess, I always share. Matter of fact, the very first cabbage that I ever grew, I shared with my friend's family because it was huge, huge. And I said, you know what? We will never eat this whole cabbage, so I gave it to them.
oh, you see what Cassandra
Oh
saying?
man, I know she was disappointed.
Oh, no, she was past disappointed. She just put it on there disappointed. I know she was hot.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, you didn't know, so
Both.
next
Okay.
year. Yeah,
Maybe
she said both.
diversity.
Looks like
Oh,
most people are saying both.
yeah.
Others and family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm not surprised because I find that people in the garden community are very generous, very
Yeah.
giving. Look at
Yeah.
how people share seeds and other things
Yeah.
back and forth. So naturally, to share food, I'm not surprised. I'm
Yeah.
not at all, not at
And
all.
I've also noticed too that a lot of people were saying how they have been talking to their family members. Certain ones they will provide for, but others they won't because they've been
Mhm.
trying to teach them to grow their own. And I've
Right?
heard them say, I'll just come to your house. No, you
Oh
won't.
no.
I'm putting in all the work and time and energy, blood, sweat, tears, and money, and you gonna wait till things right then come over and tell me hook me up. I will hook you right out that
Hmm.
door up the street to your car.
Yep.
We
Exactly.
I'm like Nikki, we ain't doing that. I tell
So
myself
you
and
saw
others.
what J3
I'm
said.
not responsible, but
I don't blame you, sir.
plant a little. Most times your harvest is more than what you can consume. That's true. And that's where a lot of
Hmm.
folks is getting into dehydrating and
Yep.
canning and all this
Cannon
other
and
stuff.
whatever. Yeah, yeah,
Nobody's
so
growing in the
true.
neighborhood. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait a minute. I'm
Left
trying to
foot.
get to J3.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it will
I
be a
agree,
product.
J3. I agree because some people, um, they're looking for the handout and they're not willing to contribute anything. Um,
He'll say he
so yeah, I
always
don't blame you. That's funny. Yeah,
But it's
that's
it's
funny.
true though. I mean, some people you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, all right?
Right.
And some people their situation. Some people have an apartment might not have a balcony or a porch to grow stuff on. They're only inside. They might be on a strict budget about electricity. That's why they might not have a grow garden. I mean, if you really know this individual that you're trying to help, you know what their circumstances are. So
Right.
therefore, you feel compelled to help them. Whereas others grown behind folks that have more energy and strength, and they have the yard and the time and the money to do the same thing you doing, and you
Yeah.
struggling to put your stuff
I'm like,
together. And then they
exactly.
want to come up and say, "Oh, let me have a couple of them tomatoes." I told them $1 a piece. And they like $1 a piece. I was like, find a store where you can find homegrown for less than $1 a piece. I ain't paying you for that. I should just take it. I said, I wouldn't try it if I was
Nah,
you. We ain't
nah.
doing
Let
that.
me tell you
We
something.
ain't Mm-mm.
Some people, they seize the opportunity. They know you have your veggies there. They know it's fresh. They know it's no preservatives or
That's
whatever,
right,
but they're
Josie.
not willing to put the work in, and so they don't deserve it. But those that
Yeah,
appreciate it will be like, well, let me give you something. Let me give you a couple of dollars. I appreciate
yeah,
that. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah. And I actually have neighbors who come down the street and I tell them, they say, "Oh man, you got tomatoes. I would love some free, some make some green fried tomatoes." I was like, "Okay," and I
I
go
like
there
your
and get
70. Yes.
oats. Yep. And
Yep.
and I said, "I can give you a couple of," and they was like, "Well, let me give you some money." And I used to say, "No." Now I said, "Okay, thanks." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"That gives me, I can go buy some more seeds, to help
Mm-hmm.
somebody else." So I quit saying
Yeah.
no when folks start offering me money for my veggies, and it's like, "What you selling this fall?" And they actually tell me what they like. And if I have room for it, I throw it in the garden.
I don't blame you because look, if you went to the fresh market or the farmers market, people would have to pay for it. So I'm offering you the same standard. So hey,
Yeah.
put your money where your mouth is. If you want it, come on. If you don't, whatever.
And then you know what's grown. You know where it's growing. You know where it's coming from. You don't see me out there
Exactly.
with no herbicides and pesticides and fungicides. You don't see me growing any of that because I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to. I can be
Right.
standing there and I have a bunch of cherry tomatoes. I grab a handful and I hold my hand out and you open up your hand and I'll drop you a few. We'll be literally standing there talking, eating cherry tomatoes
Yep.
or blueberries or whatever, because we're eating straight out my garden and I don't use all that poisonous stuff where
Mm-hmm.
you would have that issue. So,
Right.
so,
I mean, and if
yeah,
people appreciate good food, then they're gonna appreciate that what they're getting is fresh.
yeah,
And like I said, no preservatives, nothing like that. They should be willing to pay. But some people, let me tell you, some people are funny. They'll go to the store and spend the money,
yeah, but
complain
won't
about
get
it
it to
being
you.
expensive. But then when you try to give them something, well, wait, you wanted organic from the store, but you couldn't afford it, so you settled for the average stuff.
Mhm.
I'm giving you organic.
Yeah,
You got to pay for it.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what, Jones, true, how true that is, because I asked
Yep.
somebody, she asked for some peppers, and I asked her, how'd you like the peppers? And she said, what peppers? And I looked at her, I said, the peppers you got here last week. Oh, girl, I had to throw them things where I forgot all about them. I was like, and I'm glad you told me that, because I know, I'm not saying this out loud, but I'm saying it, she won't get anything else from me again,
I
because
know
I
that's
could have gave
right.
that to somebody who have really would have enjoyed them peppers.
Exactly. Hey,
Hey,
Pastor. Oh,
yeah.
hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yes, indeed. So I was like,
Yep. I
yes,
don't blame
don't
you.
worry about it. And I've had people come in and put some money in an envelope and stick it in my door. That was delicious. Thank you.
Nice.
I have no idea who it was from or what it was for, but I
It was
appreciate
apparently something that they was appreciative for. You know
it.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's what I appreciate. People
yeah.
that show their appreciation.
Yeah, like Joe up the street. I say, Joe, his mom lives in an apartment building down on the corner, and he'll come and check on his mom. He said, Miss Shirley, he said, all you got to do is call. He said, I'll come down here and help you, whatever you're doing. One day I was working
Aw.
out in front in the yard, and I couldn't pick up the bag. He's like, he was walking down the street. He's like, move. I didn't
Just
say that.
move. I got
I
this.
let him. I just moved. He said, it was a bag of rocks. He said, you can't pick this heavy stuff up. Why are you trying to? I was like, Joe, I
Mm-hmm.
can't always find somebody to help me. Like gardeners, we
Yep.
can't wait till people are become available. We want stuff done. We
Mm-hmm.
want it done now, not next week or 2 weeks from now.
You
So
want
he
it
said,
now.
what else you want?
Exactly.
So he finished the rest of
Yep.
my bed. So I was like, I was thankful for that. And I
Oh,
said, what
Nikki,
do you
that's a
want in
good point.
return? And he said, all I wanted some hot peppers when they ready. When the jalapenos and the habaneros was ready, He was walking down the street eating a sandwich, just like Joe, come here, quick, quick. I took him over to the garden and he grabbed a couple of peppers and he bit into one. He was like, "Oh, snap."
Oh,
He said,
so
"This is
good.
what I'm talking about." And he was happy,
Good.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
as a kid in the
Yep.
candy store.
Mhm.
It was even
I
trading.
love what Nikki said. She said people think the backyard garden is getting their vegetables for free, so they don't want to pay for it like they do in a grocery store. But we pay for seeds and put in hard work to grow our food.
Sure.
Facts. Let me tell you, um, it's a line from what was the name of that show? Oh, I can't think of it with Debbie Allen. Fame. Here's where
Okay.
you start paying with your sweat. That's
Yeah.
how we pay in the garden with
Yeah.
our sweat. It's not easy getting down, getting weeds, planting this, replanting when it don't germinate, um, fighting off bugs,
I was
worrying
supposed to say
about
the
this, worrying about
mosquitoes and
that. We
bugs.
are
Yeah.
paying for it, maybe
Yeah.
not monetarily, but then again, we are when we purchase seeds, when we purchase dirt, when we purchase anything that helps us in our garden. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and you know
exactly.
what? Let's try gardening. Let me tell you, I'm gonna show them in my videos. My kitty poos, I got them all over the lot. Where I have my biggest garden and fruit trees, there's no irrigation over there. I'm still waiting on the Department of Agriculture. They said they got to send out an engineer to see how they gonna hook up my water. Talking about if you don't have a fire hydrant nearby, you have to apply for a permit to see if you can run a line from the fire hydrant to the garden. And I'm like, all right, there's a fire hydrant here in my neighbor's tree lawn, which is not that far. I don't know if they will do that from that distance. So we're gonna see. But meanwhile, I got kiddie pools everywhere, and every time it rains, they fill up. And I take my bucket. I'll pour some 511 in there, and I got a 50-gallon barrel over there, and I throw all my waste in there and super juice. I might take a bucket of that super juice, pour it in one of the kiddie pools, swish it
Mm-hmm.
around, take that bucket, and
Mm-hmm.
I will water each individual 5-gallon bucket around my
Yep.
fruit trees and my garden, whatever it takes, because I was literally towing water from where I live at to 2 houses down to water my garden. So now with the kiddie poos, boy, they cut that in half in regards to
Mm.
watering. As long as we don't have a drought, I can still water
Right.
my buckets and stuff over there, which is really cool.
Exactly. Exactly. And I appreciate you helping me when you were here watering
Oh yeah,
everything.
I enjoy doing that. I enjoy doing that. When I went out there and I was like, "Oh, yeah." I was
And
just like my
weeding.
mom
Let me
said, "If
tell
you do
y'all,
what
she
needs to
helped
be
me
done."
weed. She helped me water. She was
Mhm.
out there with the chickens getting eggs. We had a good time. We
And I
had a
was
good
I was
time.
happy. I was just tickled pink that she let me do that.
Mm-hmm.
You come in some people's yard, they be like, I got that. I'll be like, okay.
Yep. You right, Natasha. Yeah, you right. It's amazing. People want you to give them seeds and plants for free, yet they would never ask the local nurseries to give them stuff for free or demand for a lower price. It wouldn't fly. You right. It wouldn't fly. They be looking at them like, are you kidding me? We're not giving nothing away for free. No, not at all. Not at all. Mm-mm-mm.
It
If I
would be
put out
good.
pools to collect water, they would just be full. Oh,
That was funny, full of kids.
that
That
is
was very
funny.
cute.
Aw,
Oh, now that's cute. Yeah.
that is
Oh,
cute. Yeah, because
dogs
they love
came.
the water.
Yeah, they do. They get attracted to
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah. I got
Mm-hmm.
one huge one, and then I have a medium size, and I have some 250-gallon grow bags that I've been putting inside the medium size one that fits the grow bags because they said they dry out so quickly.
Right.
So I haven't
Mhm.
tried it yet, planting in them, but I'm gonna plant in them this year. Right now, I got so many leaves in the driveway. I'm gonna blow them to one side and scoop them up
Mhm.
and put them in the bottom of. I'm built. I got two metal raised beds that I put some in last year, and some of that debris has broken down. So I'm gonna add some more leaves and branches from these trees. I've been breaking them up. I'm gonna build them up, and then probably next year I will actually put them to use because I got enough in the raised beds that I can grow what I want in 5-gallon buckets that I don't need to put them in. I want to wait till fall and then grow my brassicas in them.
Okay.
I want to get
Okay.
in their own specific area. I'm putting what they call it, onions in each corner of them so that they can mature. So by the time I plant my other stuff in there, they'll be
A good
effective.
size.
Yeah, effective in
Yeah.
keeping other bugs out.
Exactly. That's why I wanted some society garlic because they say that helps too with repelling different things. So I got a little
Mm.
bit, but I wish I had more. Wish I had more. Got a lot going on.
My apple trees that didn't bloom last year because the cold snap hit them so hard are blooming this year. And that's my pink apple bloomed, but it gave me two apples last year. It's blooming this year. My red delicious and my yellow delicious. They did not bloom at all last year. They're all full of blossoms.
Wow.
And I got a few other things that but I'm not gonna tell it because I want to put it in the video. With my
Shh.
fruit trees.
Well, that's good. We're gonna be looking for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'll
real
be
good
going
real
around
soon.
in some of these. Oh no! I'll be crying inside if I give away my work. Me too, sweet thumb. I'll be like,
The
It's
tomato
so
plant.
much work and effort. It
I'm
shouldn't
trying
be for
to
free.
get it
It
almost.
shouldn't be. Nope. I mean, some people can get it for free. Little old grandma down the block who's struggling because her monthly income is barely enough. She could get it. She could get it for free. I'm gonna
Yeah,
respect that elder and I'm gonna give it to her for free.
yeah,
Um, single mom who's working, hustling, working her behind off, just in an unfortunate situation, I'm gonna give it to her. She's gonna
yeah,
appreciate it. And you know what? When things get better, she's going to remember she helped me out. She gave my
yeah.
kids fruit. She gave my kids vegetables. She's going to remember. But the
Hi,
people that
Mrs.
are
Clayton.
able bodied cannot get it. Sorry. You got to work for it like I did.
Mm-hmm. And I had to catch myself. I was like, I had certain people coming up to me talking about, "Oh, you gonna hook me up this summer?" I was like, "Hook you up to what? A water hose? What is you talking about?" I was like, "Your pockets is a
Okay.
lot deeper than mine." I was like, "Oh, you better go out there and buy you some. I can tell you where to go get some pots. I can tell you where to go get a couple of
Mm-hmm.
square yards of compost soil and stuff."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
help the needy and not the greedy." Boy, you hit
Not the
that
greedy.
nail on
That's what
the
I'm
head.
talking about.
That's my
Exactly.
motto. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, your pocket's
Not
deeper
the
than mine.
greedy.
Man, I just start something. I will even
Yeah.
give you the websites where you can go get you some raised beds at, and and and
Listen.
and get some soil. I'll give you some seeds, but the rest of it you on your own.
Let me tell you how I test people. Oh, I want to start a garden, but I don't have no seed. Baby, all you got to do is go to the local library because they have free seeds and you can get a bunch of seeds. Let me know which ones you get and then we can compare. Why I hear crickets? Creak, creak, creak. Don't nobody come back? No, you want me to get up off of what I have to give to
Yeah,
you. No, no. Walk down there, drive over there, and get them free seeds. And I
yeah,
called the library and asked them, "Do you have free seeds?" She says, "They'll be coming in Monday." Okay. They ran
mhm,
out. That's good. But they'll be coming in Monday. Go on Monday and get them. I can't give you my seeds. I
yeah.
spend, yeah. No, no, no.
I had some kids that was walking down the street, and my honey chrysanthemums was ready, and I had my nephews, and I was letting them pick their own apples off the tree. So the kids walking down said, "Can we have an apple?" I said, "One of you can." And then they looked at it like, who? And they knew who they were. They started walking towards and they picked off their apple. Said, how they get an apple? We can't get one. I said, he earned his apple.
That's
Well, we can
right.
just walk up in here when you gone and get what we want. And he turned and looked at him. He said, I suggest y'all wouldn't do that. I
Exactly.
didn't say a word. I was like,
Thank you. He gonna make sure they don't get that apple. And
that's
if
right.
they
They're
do,
gonna
they
make
in
sure I'm
trouble.
back at
They gonna pay
exactly.
for that apple one way or
Yeah.
another.
Uh-huh. I didn't say nothing
I know
else.
that's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Where's this library? Your local neighborhood library. Just call any public library. They got them in all
Mm-hmm.
the neighborhoods over here.
You grow lettuce, tomatoes, and such in a pot. You could at least make a
Just
salad.
make a
Grow
start.
something
I
exactly.
know that's
Get a
right.
bucket. Grow some tomatoes, some lettuce, like you said. Hook somebody up. You already got them. Watch the playlist and they good.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
ain't hard.
I
And
tell
I
you.
tell people, you can grow in anything. I seen people grow in a teacup. Okay. They get miniature stuff and grow miniature tomatoes and stuff. You can grow in anything. I've grown, believe me, over the years before I traveled a lot. So I really didn't buy a lot of pots and stuff. But then I have a nephew who drives a garbage truck. And he be like, Auntie, people be throwing pots away all the
All the
time.
time.
He
Yep.
said, what do you
Yep.
want? I said, don't bring me no little bitty pots. I got enough of them. Bring me some big pots. When I
Big pot.
come home and walk up in my driveway and look in my garage and I see these big old pots, I know exactly who they came from. People who
Yep.
died cleaning out their houses or finished with gardening away, they throw away some of the most expensive stuff on the curb. He backed up one day, had a trunk full of soil pots, lattices, all kinds of stuff. I was like, where'd you
Yep.
find this at? Somebody died. Relatives didn't want nothing in the house, and they put everything on the curb.
So listen, you are limited. Your budget is very small. Go to the library, get the free seeds. Look around, be humble, be humble. Look around for a container. It don't matter what kind of container it is, as long as it's food grade, and you'll get something. Don't have dirt? Well, walk your little happy self to the $1.25 store. They sell dirt. Get a bag of dirt. You can put that in a pot and like Jones 2 said, grow something. Something. I love this comment. Ann Landis said, no one in history has ever drowned in their own sweat. Stop being allergic to work. You want a garden? Start plowing. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody
And I,
has drowned in their sweat. I gotta
yeah,
remember that.
but I had a neighbor. I paid him some money. He was helping me out. He wanted to
Me
stop, but
too.
he had already took the money. So he was a man of his word.
Mm-hmm.
He said he didn't worry about me calling him no more. He was like, I didn't know gardening was such hard work.
Oh
Who
yeah,
told you? Who told you it was easy?
exactly. Because they
Why did
lied
you
to
believe
you.
it? Why did you believe that it was easy? It's more than just sticking your finger in the soil and dropping the seed.
Yep,
And I
crazy.
like some of these new beginner gardeners. I'll never forget the story Led Farmer told us about the young lady who asked him for advice about gardening. And she got the soil, she got the seeds, and she asked Led why didn't her garden come up? And Led asked her, did she water it?
No.
And she told Led, you didn't say I had to do.
Yeah. See, people have a lot to learn. Ma, you see what time it is? I can't believe it.
What?
We've been having a good convo.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm like,
Ooh.
whoa.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we have.
Yes,
And
we have.
we've been getting some excellent responses too.
Yep. People are disconnected from their food and how it's grown. You're right. They just don't know. Yep, they do.
Yeah. I really want to get to this one nursery for my fruit trees. What happened? Why
Okay.
am I hearing, why am I
They do
hearing
always
myself?
have pots or something. They have pots, they got recycling containers, they got it all.
And I think that sometimes you can go to some of these recycling places for cardboard and stuff too.
Yeah. It's a lot you can do.
My first year started 20 this thing, dropped a tree and had a surprise garden. I had to wait to see what it was. Hey, Jones
Wow.
Tree, right now I have an envelope that has a bunch of seeds in it. I guess there was a few open packs that didn't seal and some of the seeds got out. So I'm gonna take one of my 50-gallon grow bags and I'm gonna just sprinkle them in there and whatever comes up
Come up,
comes up.
come up.
Comes up. I have no idea. Some of them seeds look familiar, but I'm not sure until they actually germinate. So yeah,
That'll
I
be
got.
exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be. It's just
Hmm.
like me watching Cece when she opened up all them different packs of flower seeds and put them in that kiddie pool. She didn't know what she was gonna do.
Right?
She got a
Exactly.
nice conversation. And matter of fact, I wish she was in here. I want to tell her that yellow flower she got in there is a perennial. That's why it's the only one that came back right away. It's a coreopsis.
Mm.
I actually had that coreopsis fern leaf. I actually had that in my yard growing. It's been growing for years. So,
Okay.
ooh, if she ever want to know what it is, excuse me, y'all. It's coreopsis. Versilo said, yes, they don't. Yeah, they know. They don't. They want to act like they don't know because they don't want people.
Exactly.
You want everybody else to do it for them. Yeah. Call. Almost homesteading. Call around and find out. Sometimes it'll save you a trip. And they might even put some to the side that they might be getting ready to throw out. So check.
You never know.
Yeah, make that phone call. I called somebody like that.
Mhm.
I had a guy, he had a truckload of stuff. He was getting ready to take them to the dump. And I was like, can I have that cardboard and them pots off of them? He said, you want them? I was like, yeah, can I have them? He said, please take them. I see me and my
Excuse me one
girlfriend.
minute, y'all.
She had he she had an SUV and we had been grocery shopping. You should have seen us trying to rearrange all that stuff to get them pots and cardboard in the car. We got it in there. It was rough. They laughed at us. Guys laughed at us, but we got all that stuff in there. With diverse listen, I have mystery plans. Oh yeah. When the seeds packets open up, I didn't know. You know, women have a way of getting stuff in there. Uh Mike, your girlfriend down here, do y'all hear what? Yeah. I'm getting ready to get off in just a minute. You know just what time I'm supposed to be getting off this live. Yeah, Mike, your girlfriend is here. What? Like a game of trips. Yeah. Oh, I swallowed something that's got me down my throat. Yeah, we're gonna be getting off here in a minute. I'm sorry, something went down the wrong way. Yeah. Here you go, Mike. Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Look,
Look at her.
this is baby. This is Janessa. I heard it. Yeah. Yeah. I've been over my granddaughter's house, so she been wanting mama. You see how I she yeah. You see how she likes to. I'm holding her. She's like a kid, like putting their arms up, like mommy hold me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she used to walk
Aww.
behind him. I stopped her from. She used to photobomb him all the time, and Mike and them used to think that was the funniest stuff. Yes, I did plant her catnip. Yes, I did. She had already ate up one pot and was laying in the floor, looking like she had a buzz on. Yeah, so I'm finna plant her another one. You see how she laying? She missed me. She ain't gonna move. She'll stay like this
Nope.
in my arms for the rest of the evening.
She loving it.
Yeah, y'all, this is my spoiled child. Look at her. It's mama's baby. Hmm. Is this mama's baby?
Yeah. Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Look
My
at
spoiled
her.
just a star. She riding. She riding, y'all. She riding. So our 2 hours is gone. We got to roll. So here we go, Quinn. Good night, Mike Chaotic.
Good night, Janice Cruising Homestead.
Good night. Let's try gardening.
Good night, Almost Homesteading with Janet.
Good night, Natasha Kemp.
Good night, Sweet Thumb.
Good night, Lala. Texas Lala.
Good night, Perfection Bacon. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, my Renaissance grandma.
Good night, Wellness with Frugal Mama.
Good night, Laura's Garden and more.
Good night, Miss Kirkland likes good food. So do I.
Good night, G Mama. Hey.
Good
Hide
night,
in
Natasha
darkness.
Kemp.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
sorry.
night to all the folks who have come in and have been gracing us with their presence. You know, we're back here every Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And Quinn, tell them about yourself.
I am the pescatarian gardener. I do have a channel. I live in Georgia, Zone 9A. Woo woo. My channel is about gardening, chickens, also being a pescatarian, and occasionally Mr. Pescatarian, which is a joke because he's not a pescatarian. Grilling, and yeah, we just do it all here. And hey, if you like that kind of content, come check me out. And surprise, surprise, guys, I've decided that I'm gonna go live on Monday night. So look for me at Monday night, 6 o'clock. I'm gonna put something on the community page, and I'm gonna go live
All right.
Monday night.
Well,
Yeah,
just a
gotta
few
do it.
more folks. I want to say goodnight. Diversity Love, Perfection Baking. Thank you so much for coming in up this evening and sharing about the church and the gardening. And hopefully that you'll feel better more and more a little bit each day. And Riri, thank you for making a repeat performance coming back. And Cassandra, I'm really looking to see you and your sister and brother next
Yes,
year at the Soil
yes.
Family Expo 2025. And
Good
Miss
night,
Annie,
Nikki.
and we all saying
Good,
good night, all to y'all. Good
good
night, Ken.
night.
Talk to you later, babe. All right, now, and as I always say, love you all. Show me that you like me just a little bit. And as I always say, see you next Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a good evening. And y'all come back now. You hear? And Annie.